I still got errands left to run, and Devon has to do my hair. Seating chart, what was I thinking? Keep an eye on Sheila's drinking. Worrying's okay. My baby's getting married on this day.
8:47 here, Big 550 KTRS. That is music from It Should Have Been You. It's going to be at Stages this summer, June 3rd through July 3rd. If we can bring the music down just a little bit, thank you very much. Carrie Ely joins us, and David Schmitto. You are the mother and the fathers of the groom and stars of It Should Have Been You at Stages. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, you guys, people, this is another one of these great things about St. Louis. This is a production that is produced here. So you guys are in St. Louis getting ready, right? You're in rehearsals right now.
We're in rehearsals right now, right?
Yeah.
This is a brand new show.
Brand new show. Tell us about the show.
Well, it's the wedding of the year for St. Louis, I think, don't you? It is a brand new show. It actually just closed in New York last August, so it's been closed in New York less than a year.
Okay.
It's a typical wedding. It's a huge wedding gone amok. Two families, very different families, come together.
Right.
And just about everything that can go wrong at a wedding does, and the whole shebang is led by a pair of mothers from hell, one of whom is sitting here with us now.
The mothers-in-law.
All right, yeah, there you go. And you have that perfect role. Typecasted, I see. Is that right?
So. I think so.
So you guys, is this your first time in St. Louis? First time at Stages?
I am born and raised. I've been out in St. Louis and Normandy, class of '77, the Vikings.
Okay.
I have to throw that in
yes,
there.
You have to give a shout out.
And this is my 24th season, I think, at Stages. So.
At Stages.
Yeah.
So you're a regular.
I'm a regular.
What about you, David?
Well, I live in New York now. I grew up in Missouri, but I live in New York, and this is my 17th season at Stages. I missed 1 year. I was 16 out of the last 17 years I've been here, so we're both old-timers. And that's a great thing about this show. The regular Stages people, they're going to see the people that they really love. The other mother is Zoe Vonderhaar, who's like, other than Carrie, the other huge lady star here in St. Louis. Yeah. And they're going to see
She's the nice mother.
I wouldn't call either of them nice.
Not in my opinion, darling.
At least not when they're together. Not to each other, they're not nice.
Yeah.
Certainly understandable.
We're going to have a really good time in this. We
the
tee off
audiences
against
will
each
love
other.
this.
Yeah.
So when you're in New York and you talk about Stages, do people and actors know about Stages outside of St. Louis?
Oh, very much so. Stages has a great reputation with New York actors. One, they produce quality productions, and they treat actors really well, and they're adventurous. Like this show. This is a regional premiere. This is the American regional premiere, first production outside of New York.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And the second show this year that Carrie and I are doing, Drowsy Chaperone, we're returning to that from 7 years ago, and when we did that was an American regional premiere.
Yeah.
So Stages takes chances as well as doesn't just present the classics.
To try and explain to people who might not be that familiar with theater, but Stages and the Muni and so people in St. Louis don't realize what a treasure it really is to have first-rate actors producing their own material here in St. Louis.
It really is wonderful. If you've not been to Stages, what's special about that? One, it's air conditioned, no, but it's an intimate space.
Yes.
And you really feel like you're
right there.
You're
Yeah.
right there. You're a part of the story.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's a great space.
And the theater community is great, and it's just to get people to understand how special it really is. Not every city has a place like Stages.
Not every city has an arts community like the community here. I mean, you did mention the other theaters, and St. Louis is blessed to have a community like that. One of the great things about Stages, and I don't know if it's the same with other theaters, but at least other theaters in other cities, when I come out here, I'm often working with local equity actors. St. Louis has a thriving professional community of actors, professional actors. And I'd say about half of this show is from St. Louis or the area, and about half is out of New York.
Yeah.
And that's unique, I think, going out to a regional theater, that you can find enough really talented, qualified performers, professional actors in a city this size, and they never have a shortage.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Stages is also a family, so you see a lot of people return year
A dysfunctional
after year.
family or a functional family?
Well, okay.
A little bit of both.
yes,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit of both.
It Should Have Been You starts June 3rd, runs through July 3rd. You guys are in rehearsal now. Explain to me what happens the next 2 weeks. How do you get up and going for this show?
We're blocking all of the scenes. We're learning the music. We will put that together on Saturday, Sunday. Then we'll continue through the show. We'll put the show together. We'll go into tech.
It takes 2 weeks to learn all that? I mean, that seems like a
More
awful
than.
short time to sort
More
of...
than people come into the rehearsals with the material
Yeah.
as
Already
learned as they
known.
can.
Oh,
as
okay.
they
Yeah,
can
that
be.
makes sense. Yeah.
And it's a full-time job. You're working
Right.
on this material the same as if we were a broker or something. We go in at 10 a.m. and we leave at 6:30 in the evening, and you do that 6 days a week.
Right.
We only get 1 day off in the week.
Yeah.
And then it's our responsibility to go home afterwards and actually learn it
Right.
after we've worked on it all day.
What's the trick of remembering those lines and the music and the blocking? I mean, what's the trick?
I like to think of myself as a trained monkey. You just have to do it over and over. And the material has to make sense to you.
Right.
It has to speak to you. You find something in it that clicks.
Once you learn it, will you always know it?
No, I won't.
No, you will forget it over the course of...
You will, and not necessarily during the course of the run, but
Right.
you'll move on to another show. I mean,
So it's like 5 years from now, you'll need a little refresher course.
Good gosh, yeah.
You do not want me to be a brain surgeon.
No.
No.
You don't want her to be a
don't
brain
remember that
surgeon.
stuff. I have to relearn it every time.
That is Kari Ely. You do not want her to be a brain surgeon. No. You don't even want her to be your mother, from what I understand, in the It Should Have Been You performance at Stages. David Schmittou is the... now, are you two married?
We're
married.
You're married in the show. Okay, good. It Should Have Been You. Stages St. Louis, June 3rd through July 3rd. Season tickets, not a bad idea. Individual tickets as well. Kari Ely and David Schmittou, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
You got it. 8:53, Big 550, KTRS.
Jeff Lapidus.